Welcome to the Steam Holiday Sale 2013. The sale goes from December 19th to January 3rd. As always, games that are featured on the main site are reduced once more. Only buy the games you're interested in when they are featured in those daily deals. Don't rush and waste your money. Games that aren't featured can be still picked up at the last day. BioShock Infinite is the third game of the BioShock series. This first-person shooter has stunning visuals but mediocre gameplay. The game is 75% off and has Steam trading cards. The Stanley Parable is a first-person exploration game. The game is only 40% off, but the way the game is presented, it's certainly worth checking out. Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance is a third-person action game. This game appeared just now on PC. This game is extremely challenging and enjoyable. If you're a fan of challenging action games and or the Metal Gear series, you should definitely pick it up. The game is 33% off. Dead Island is Borderlands with zombies. It's a first-person shooter with up to 4-player co-op. The more players you are, the more bullet spongy the enemies become. The story is non-existent, the characters are annoying, the menu is designed for console in mind, and it's incredibly annoying. Enemies respawn at the same place over and over again. The quests are simple fetch quests that will force you to run through the same area over and over again. The melee system is enjoyable in the beginning, until you encounter so many goddamn zombies. At some point, the game just doesn't care anymore and just hands out guns. Sometimes. I don't know why you would want to play that game. It's 75% off and has Steam trading cards. Monaco, What's Yours Is Mine, is an up to 4-player heist game from the bird's eye perspective. The game features multiple classes that all have different roles and playstyles. It can be played on your own, but it's recommended to play with friends. The game is 60% off and has Steam trading cards. Batman: Arkham Origins is the third game from the Arkham series. After the first two games, this third-person action-adventure was made by a different developer and you can tell the difference. It's not a bad game, but it's not as big of a step forward as the first two. I have seen this game way cheaper and would recommend to search elsewhere or wait. Right now the game is 50% off and has Steam trading cards. Assetto Corsa is a racing simulation that's still in early access. If you're in desperate search for a realistic racing game, this might be for you, but it should be pointed out that this game is still in alpha and only 25% off. Space Hulk is a game based on the board game version. Most games are unknown to me, but the video game adaptation is supposedly not the best. As long as you aren't a big fan of the board game, I would recommend avoiding it. The game is 66% off and has Steam trading cards. Dishonored is a first-person stealth game set in a steampunk setting. I never was a big fan of stealth game until I played this game. It's one of my favorite games of this year and I can highly recommend it. The game is 75% off. Counter-Strike Global Offensive is a first-person tactic shooter. Many swear that only beta 5.4.3.7 is a true Counter-Strike experience, but from what I can tell, CSGO is a really good game. If you're searching for a tactical shooter, you should pick this one up. The game is 75% off and has Steam trading cards. Dive Kick is a 2-button fighting game. You can dive and kick. The game features many different characters and despite only having 2 buttons, it's still quite challenging. The game is 75% off and should be picked up if you're looking for a fighting game. The Typing of the Dead, Overkill, is an unusual zombie game. Your weapon to fight zombies is a keyboard. While they attack you, you have to type words, phrases or sentences to beat them. It sounds weird, but it's actually quite enjoyable. If you are not living in Sissyland called Germany, where it isn't available, you should definitely pick it up. It's 50% off and has Steam trading cards. Guns of Icarus Online is a first-person steampunk airship battle multiplayer game. This game features 3 classes that all have different abilities and roles. You then join one of the airships and try to fight other ships. If you don't mind asymmetric gameplay, where teamwork is a high priority to win, this should be something for you. One warning though. Communities from indie multiplayer games tend to die after a certain time. Check out whether or not people are still playing this game before buying. This game is 75% off and has Steam trading cards. That's it for today. Don't forget to vote in the community's choice and I hope we see us on the next day.